My name is Miguel Ortiz. I'm usually called Mike. So everybody knows me by Mike. My wife and I have been Christians for quite some time. Um, Served 22 years in the military and retired last year. Moved here from North Carolina and decided to make Tomoka our home church, and we've been here since last June. So my father was renting out his house to a gentleman named Christopher, and he was behind rent for several months. Christopher decided to come to the house and told my father that he had some rent money for him. And what was not known to my family is he had brought somebody else with him that the family did not know. His name was Jose. And these both gentlemen decided to rob my family. So they entered the home, and they both had a weapon, and the intentions were very different at the time. They told my father to sit in the living room, and the rest of the family was laying on the floor in the entertainment room, which was divided by a staircase, so they couldn't see my father. I decided to bind up my father, put tape over his mouth, and Christopher cut and sliced the back of his neck. And then he was shot in the head, and my father died instantly. Shortly after that, they rounded up the rest of my family, brought him into the living room where my father was laying on the couch. They were all told to kneel, and Christopher proceeded to shoot my mother execution style. She died instantly and actually fell on top of Angel, my youngest brother, which was pretty traumatic. And he went down the line and shot their grandmother, also execution style, killing her instantly. They told my brothers to clean up because they had blood from the gunshots, and then they took two brothers and took them from the house and kidnapped them. They found a secluded area in Puerto Rico. They made both my brothers kneel down, and he shot my 15-year-old brother first. After they had shot and killed Michael, they took Angel back in the SUV and they drove around for another hour, determined to see what they were going to do with him because they didn't want any witnesses. And they tried to break his neck, couldn't break his neck. They tried to stab him. They punched him in the nose, fracturing his nose. So being frustrated, they told him to sit at the edge of the bridge they had stopped at. The bridge is about 43 feet in height. And they pushed him over the bridge, and he fell forward, did a front flip, and landed in a nice grassy area, actually, because there was a creek that was running through the bridge, underneath the bridge. And they left him for dead. Angel survived all of that. In fact, he said that a voice told him to play dead until they had left the bridge. And we know now that that was Christ speaking to him. And after he saw the brake lights turn off and the truck left, he actually crawled up on the ravine and got help. And both men were captured about an hour later. Christopher was tried first, and eventually was found guilty and was sentenced to 254 years in prison. We actually had a plea bargain set because my brother told us that he didn't want Jose to spend the rest of his life in prison. So there was a sort of showing grace, forgiveness for him. He was to serve 95 years in prison. He can serve 43 of those years before he's eligible for parole. When I was found out about the news and we flew to Puerto Rico, I was already in my mind forgiving these two men, and my wife was too. So what that forgiveness did for me was it gave me the strength I needed to move forward, because without it I would have been bitter, and being bitter is makes you weak. It really does. It would be pretty difficult to have people understand that I've forgiven so easily, but that doesn't mean that my wife and I still struggle, and we just take it back to the Lord. And because it's not easy, the stress still always catches up to you no matter what. Forgiveness comes at different times for folks. It's still there on the plate. Jesus has not gone away, so it's important to know that he's still with you. But you will never be set free if you don't forgive. It's really important that you do that. And when you actually forgive, and sometimes you have to forgive over and over again, you will see the difference in your life. You will sleep again. You will not be in torment. You'll be closer to God, as I said. And then you will reap the blessings. I'm telling you, the blessings will come as we experience it ourselves. And those blessings come with anywhere from money, monetary value, or just peace, which is more important. And if you want that peace, you need to forgive, because Jesus will set you free.